I honestly have been grappling with myself about this, and I really had to come clean. I have never had this type of negative energy coming from out of my body in general. I have also never had this kind of negative energy coming out of my body towards a specific person, place, or thing at this heightened level. That in itself scares me because I'm a deeply emotional person, I guess you would say. I express myself. It's almost a necessity in order for me to continue to have productive relationships with people. I have to express when I have an issue because I tend to have um, problems with harboring resentment, or at least I did. Now I kind of see when that's happening, and I try and hurry up and, you know what I mean, fix on the problem and speak on it, even though that can come off as confrontational. In my life, I found that it works better if you just clearing the air is always better. And you just, as you age, you just don't want no extra shit on you. Like, we're carrying a lot, right? So anyway, I noticed I can't stand this bitch. Like, dead ass can't stand the bitch. And never have I ever felt this way towards somebody, even people that have wronged me personally in my life, much less a damn celebrity or even a fucking character on a show. I have never felt this kind of disdain. That really bothers me. That lets me know she too much to be on TV or the screen or nobody, nothing should have control over people's emotions in that way. And the reason why I'm speaking on it is because I realized I'm not the only person. It's the reason why people are invested. There are a handful of people that will most likely suffer some type of brain injury throughout their life to where they actually believe anything that comes out of her mouth. And then there's another group of people who are who have almost taken it as a personal plight to help bring this bitch down, because you realizing she got a little bit too much power and a little too much exposure, and she's very much so reckless and evil. I mean, enough said, right? And then the powers that be seem to not be doing anything about it. The biggest thing is that we live in a social media, internet, just media driven world, period. So, auditory, visual, that's basically our form of entertainment now, our biggest money maker, not just in our culture, but in the world. So when you have someone who has made their self into basically a viral machine, queen of clickbait, um, her name attached to anything, people are going to be curious, because now even some ex fans, which I am so grateful I never was, but even some ex fans are dead set against, no, this bitch must be stopped. So they are tuning in. And then there's a whole new demographic of people who didn't know anything about her pre her bringing another life into this world, because I'm gonna say that's about all she did in that situation, bring another life into this world. But up until then, there were a lot of people who didn't know about her. They had no reason to. They were probably into they weren't into hip hop or pop culture or reality TV or urban culture, or, let's be honest, ghetto shit, right? Because there are a demographic of people that's into that rugged shit that really are drawn to her. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day, though. But anyway, so there's another demographic of people that kind of joined the conversation when she became pregnant, one, and then following her journey, two, and then finally her having the child and seeing it was almost like a running bet. She gets pregnant. These two groups of people who have been going back and forth online, one are like, oh my God, the baby's going to change her. And the next group is like, oh my God, you guys are making the worst mistake ever, right? Anybody encouraged in this is making the worst mistake ever. So there were two groups. And then that drew in the attention of other people, like, oh, this young girl is pregnant, and there are people online debating about whether or not the baby will change her. So they start tuning in. Then they started seeing her reckless behavior while pregnant and wondering, but she still was able to play on the sympathy of a lot of women because one, she was pregnant, and two, she would put on this fake um, persona, like, oh my God, I love this man, and everything that's wrong in my life is this man's fault, and everything I'm doing, the reason why I can't uh, have a healthy pregnancy, the reason why I can't save money, the reason why I can't have any responsibilities because of this man, this man, this man, even though you didn't have any of that before you met this man, this man, this man. So those people, they started peeping that. Then she has the baby. Then the baby goes on a whole world tour. He goes on a world tour, like around the world in 7 days. First 7 days of birth. Boom. Baby up out of there. Flying all across the skies. Then ran up so many, what do they call that? The mileage. I'm sure he got a whole package up under his name, especially now that he got an LLC up under his name. But yeah, so this baby, 7 days around the world, doing it, moving. And it's chilling, all this stuff. And then it goes to F my baby daddy and Mr. Take Your Bitch. You know what I mean? She done went and invaded the kindergarten cafeteria, found my boo, and did Mr. Take Your Bitch. So then everybody is noticing, wait a minute. How old is the baby? The baby a month? All of this happened in a month? Like your back ain't even closed from giving birth to the child. But all of this happened in a month. That was the most craziest shit I had ever seen in my life, right? But I'm still like, I've been not liking the bitch. I'm talking about since Blue Girls Club, season 1, episode 1, energy, dark as fuck. I'm like, get this bitch out of here. That type. Been not liking her. So, I've been windmilling in the comments for years. And I've been just like, I've been like researching for my own understanding because literally like it's a clusterfuck to have never seen something like this and to see it go on for so long, right? Um so I'm seeing how people are like, "Oh my god, all this is happening and her baby is just a month old." And then you hear about the surgery. Or it was like what, 3 weeks? I don't know how long she waited, but she waited too long for him to had already been around the world. Okay, world tour, press conference, the whole nine. So after the hernia happened, and then it was, oh my God, she's going through all this stuff, and she paid Marsha $1,000 an hour, and meanwhile, Blue seems to be trying to distance himself because he realizing now, like, oh my God, like she'll really take me down. Like now that people are calling her out for being her, she's still trying to drag me back and use it as her being a damsel in distress. Like, I don't want to be the villain anymore. That did not help that you made yourself in any way a possibility to be her baby daddy. I just don't know why you would ever do that. And that's how I know Blue have some type of mental health issue. Like off top from him ever having her around the way he did, there was definitely signs of something going on. Something not clicking to the top, or I don't know. So he trying to distance himself. She is doing the most. Excuse me. She's doing the most. And then the crash outs become far, far, far too often. Junior is sleeping on the kitchen cabinet. She has $1 billion baby and $1 million home and $1,000 an hour nanny, but no furniture, no car, no clothes really, because what the hell? And just nothing but a bunch of wind chimes, as someone calls them all the time, nothing but a bunch of wind chimes around her neck. So people are noticing this crash out, the crash out, the crash out. And then baby Barkley-gate. She sit up there and lie in real time. And I am going to review every single piece of evidence this old trollop done put on social media and go through it and read her ass to filth. Because I think that's the only way people are going to start recognizing this for what it is. Like, whether it's good or bad, she's soaking up fucking energy and she's draining people. That's what she does. Whoever the fool is that ever thought getting that type of terror on this type of schedule, on this type of platform, and to reach this many people, like, your ass, you need to run a fade with like the best fighter in the world, because why would you ever think that was a good idea? Clearly this thing been destructive since she was very small, probably fresh out the womb, fucking shit up in some type of way, mentally, emotionally, physically, just fucking shit up. Because please believe, when she ain't out here crashing out physically, destroying property, or trying to physically assault people, she is still on a destructive path with her words, with her paying people to lie, with her lies, with her manipulation, all the things she does behind the scenes, with her. Oh, this is one of my worst things I can't stand about her. She will say something so calculated. You can see it, because once the veil is lifted, like, you're going to see all her moves, all her plays every time she do it. She'll pretend. She'll say something like, oh, this and this is happening. And then she'll be like, oh, I wasn't supposed to say that, huh? Oh, but da-da-da-da, and then go off on something totally different. And it's like, how the fuck, seriously, has no one said enough? Like, in her face, like when she do some shit like that. Enough. Bitch, you can't confuse me. All you're doing is pissing me off. I don't want to give you any more emotion, but I'm going to always say something when I see some foul shit. And if I have to, I go on YouTube. She's on YouTube. I go on Instagram. She's on Instagram. She take it far. Now she done became the poster child for the worst mother in the world, what not to do when you want to be a parent. So now she's expanding her algorithm. She named her son after her. Mind you, the whole play was to stay in our face. That's why I feel like the bitch got to go. No, you're not putting yourself in my face forever by force. Hook or crook, this bitch I'm gonna get on somebody's timeline, somebody's algorithm, no. You got it to where medical journals are posting about this treacherous ass bitch, about what she did to her child, speculating what she is doing currently to her child, speculating what is wrong with her child. She knows all of this. And she's sitting there like a little green gremlin, twiddling her fingers when she is not physically destroying something. She is behind the computer making a fucking mess. An evil, envious, fueled mess. Okay? It has gotten to the point where I met some cool people during this time, right? But I've also, we found some really weird people in the circus. And we've also seen like the lengths people would go to help this shit continue, which I think in the grand scheme of things, I mean, unfortunately, some people are that poor to where they really, you got to be dirt poor to where you really put money above everything, in my opinion. And piss poor morally, like T.I. said. Piss poor morally. You would have to be piss poor morally to put money as your top idolization, as far as materialistic things. And no. So I think a lot of it is that driven, because she has been known to pay people behind the scene, blogs, things like that. I mean, that's how she got her whole career going. She literally had like an army of like 5 people. These 5 people have 50 profiles apiece, and they're all talking about, oh, Chrisean Rock is she's the bomb. Meanwhile, she's online talking about destroying a home, fighting an elder, doing the most treacherous shit. Okay? And then saying, but I love Jesus. So none of the other 500 words she said mattered. Just the last few. Like, what kind of fucking world are we living in? I understand we are at a faster pace. We're like a microwave society in comparison to when I grew up. because I am now what you would consider a middle-aged woman. And oh, before we even go further, let me get to that. And as far as you little motherfucker, you little crunchy motherfuckers calling us middle-aged women old, or we old and we hating. You damn right. I am old. I am what you would consider, or what I consider, an elder. And I've been waiting for this shit for a long time in my life, to have enough wisdom, to have enough patience, and to have enough space and time to give my input where I feel like maybe I could have needed it, or to prevent some shit in the community that I feel is bothering me, or in the culture that I feel is bothering me. Like, what the fuck am I here for? Like, what did I get a pass on making it to elder status if I'm not doing nothing with it? And I'm gonna let the generation, oh my God, I saw a post, I believe it was yesterday or last night. It's like, you're never gonna break, it's something like, you're never gonna break a generational curse trying to please the generation that you're trying to break the curse on, or break the curse on. So I don't give a fuck what you little Mighty Morphin Power Rangers got to say about me being, oh, you're damn right. And let me tell you, me and my old ass always in my daughter's ear, very successful young lady. Very, very much in her own, comfortable in her own self. She's not as social as I would like her to be, but I get it. Because I don't know if, I mean, I was a social butterfly growing up, but I also didn't have the outlets to where even a perfect stranger, even if it wasn't something I agreed to, if a perfect stranger sees one of the most worst things or worst events in my life transpire on the street, they can record it and upload it for the world to see. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't living under a microscope, me growing up. So I don't know if that has something to attribute to me being like, oh my God, I was so much more social. You know what I mean? It could be more so less cautious, and I didn't have to be. But anyway, I feel like I got the room to talk because my daughter is not out here doing that shit either, because I talked to her. So something might have worked, something might have clicked. If any, regardless of all of that, I don't give a fuck about you little crunchy motherfuckers calling me old. Like, I'm tired of that being the go-to. You better pray that you even make it to my age. Pray you make it there. Because what you're doing, what you don't know is the world is, your world is a reflection of you. And manifestation has nothing to do really with spirituality, in terms of more so like physiology and your body's natural attunement and alignment with the earth and the environment around you. So you're aligning yourself a certain way, you're putting out a certain energy. You're putting out, every time you use, oh, you're old, as a diss, you're telling your universe, the world, that being old is something bad. Being old is something you don't like. Being old is something that stirs up something negative in your soul. So you're going to use it as an attack on someone else. So your dumb ass telling the universe you don't want to live that long? Because what's the alternative of growing old? Dying young. So I wear me being, oh, you're old, you too old to be hating on. No, I'm the exact age on where I should be very well informed, equipped, and be able to communicate well enough to get my voice across to the people who it might affect in a positive way. There are enough negative influences out here. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Clearly, you can see I cuss like a sailor. I got my own shit going on. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of the shit that little demon has lied about. And it never, ever it never contributed to me being a bad person, more so a good person, a better person. Like, like serious about being empathetic in every situation. When I don't understand something and I feel like I'm not in a space to ask for that understanding, I try to use empathy. So I just try to put myself in that position. a lot of that in itself takes care of a lot of miscommunications or altercations that would happen, because when you see someone as your equal, it does not matter what you think they would like or what you think they would not like. You know that you are a human. You guys are both human, and you know what you would not like morally. That's all that needs to be said. As long as you know you can avoid a lot of conflicts in life. So, with that being said, I really feel like we should be able to discuss this without being targeted. I would hope that a lot of people who feel the way that I do, if there are any people that feel the way that I do, be free to chime in on any of my videos. I will start trying to go live as I learn more about the social media algorithm. And like I said, I'm definitely going to go through and give a 1-2 educational course on all the shit I've seen and my commentary, just in case someone didn't catch what I caught, or so that you can see what the hell I'm seeing through my eyes, my POV. That way, I guess it'll better explain to you why I feel the way I do about this bitch, right? But I hope anyone that comes across this video at least has a better understanding on where I'm coming from and what this channel will be about. It's not just specifically with this particular situation with the Clout Demon, but the succubus is like literally draining everyone every day in every way. So, of course, there's always a lot to talk about with her, right? And that's just something that I wanted to get out anyway today. So, yeah. See you later.